Wait a minute. If he's the warden, then who am I? I've spent this whole game thinking I was the warden. I just answer and he's like, it's you from the future. I'm calling to warn you about. I'm just like, let me stop you there, warden. You're too late. You should have called me 5 days ago. I've never played this before, so I'm going to take it easy for my first time. So I've went with a large map on the moon with forests, lakes and every single hard modifier you can get. I also picked JW Periwinkle as my warden just because he looks cool and has an eye patch. Can you imagine an interview? So do you have any previous warden experience? No, but I have an eye patch. Son, you're hired. So this is the moon, huh? Looks a lot different than I expected. Looks more like a planet from Dragon Ball Z or something. I think the way sandbox mode works is I get given 30 grand to start and I have to build a prison from scratch. But I don't have a clue how much things cost. Oh well, better just start building. I probably couldn't have picked a worse place on the map to build my prison. Right in the middle of the forest and right next to the lake. It doesn't matter where us humans go. We always seem drawn to destroying the natural habitat. Well, at least we're consistent. I was just sitting here waiting for my builders to start getting to work, but it doesn't seem to work that way. I think I need to build some kind of path or road they mark out for them. What do you think this is? Rome? Why are they not using the path I built them? That was a lot of hard work, even though you're the ones that built the path. I just sat here watching. Sitting takes a lot of effort too, you know. If you don't see me going for leisurely swim in the lake, I'll just build another path then over the lake and ruin it. Since you like it so much, maybe then you'll actually get to work. I've just noticed you have to mark out a delivery zone for your workers to put materials down. They have to have everything around here. Off of it's almost the next day, and we have a path built so far. Look how many trucks there are delivering materials. This is going to take a while. Oh no, my first inmates are about to arrive, and only have a dirt path and half a fence built. At least the path is the right shape to form a queue. So I'm going to put a wall here and make this area my ward. I don't know if I've done that wrong. I just dragged it as a square. It looks like they're building a wall across the way. So I don't know if they're going to build a bit of wall in every single area. Maybe I had to just draw a straight line, horizontal and vertical. Okay, new plan. We're going to abandon the first prison and build one down here instead. We're also down to only $5,000. I think we need extreme makeovers to come over to our prison to help us finish it for that price. Bring bring. Hello, is this extreme makeovers? I need you to help me build a prison from scratch for $5,000. Is that right? And where is your prison? The moon? Well, yes, actually. They just hang up. This is just taking far too long. What we need is more workers. They don't necessarily have to be good workers, as long as they're cheap. Great. I've just ran out of money. I don't even have a wall built yet. Can we not just use Trump's idea and build a wall and make the moon men pay for it? We have new inmates coming in, so we don't want to look weak to them. Because our prison isn't built yet. So I set dominance in this prisoner in front of them to show them we don't take any shit. So supposedly my workers aren't trained to deal with prisoners and I have to hire people called guards. What do I pay you minimum wage for if you can't do everything for me? See? That's how you assert dominance. Keep up the good work. You might earn yourself a 5-cent wage increase. Think you're smug because you're getting out in 0.1 years? Guard, assert dominance. Impersonating a famous singer's name. Guard, I've just noticed that lines going across the way are just the foundations that disappear when the room is built. So basically what it means is, I built the second prison for nothing. I've just been informed there's a thing called human rights. I need to build beds and a toilet in my cell block. I mean there's a perfectly good concrete floor there, but I guess I have to install some beds. We don't have any heating, so I'll put the beds next to each other so inmates can share body heat. And if there's any diseases, the inmates can keep it amongst themselves, up in the corner, and we'll be okay far away from them. I'll install one toilet facing the bed, so you awkwardly have to look the other inmates in the eyes as you take a dump. And I'm not installing a pump tit, so there probably is a high chance they will get diseases. But it's a good thing they're far away from us. I think he's just peed himself, he's vulnerable. Assert dominance. Well, it only took about 4 days and about 50,000 in taxpayers' money, but we finally have a cell block. Now that the first prison is up and running, we won't be needing this anymore. Imagine you spent all that time building it, and then just as you were about to finish, the warden's like, "Tear it down, boys." What do you mean, room requirements? There are no canteens accessible by this cell, and prisoners have nowhere to eat. They have poop, don't they? So this is my canteen. I've gave them slum walls to hide the smell of mouldy food, a table and bench, so don't say I don't spoil them. But the catch is, the table and bench are apart, so you have to decide whether you want a seat or a table to put your food on. And finally, I have this massive serving table taking up about half the room. Huh? What do you mean room requirements? There are no kitchens capable of sending food to this canteen. Can they not just eat each other? I've probably built the world's smallest kitchen, which was fine, until I seen the size of the sink. I mean, look at it. How come the sink is the same size the fridge and the cooker put together? It's a sink, for Christ's sake. There we go, that will do. I'm trying to rearrange things because I can't seem to get this room to complete. Oh shit, the warden's calling. I better just ignore that. Nobody's home. He's like, I know you're in there. You're on the frickin' moon. Where else would you go? I would say the dark side, but I think I'm on the dark side. Wait a minute. If he's the warden, then who am I? I've spent this whole game thinking I was the warden. I just answer and he's like, it's you from the future. I'm calling to warn you about. I'm just like, let me stop you there, warden. You're too late. You should have called me 5 days ago. Oh, thank God. Got away with it. I don't think he's noticed that every prisoner is still standing outside the prison, but he's noticed that a section of the outer wall is damaged. What is it now? Well, that's his problem, not mine. That's what he gets for being a high-ranking gang leader, isn't it? If there are no more rude interruptions, I'm going to go back to struggling to make my kitchen. I'm going to make the room slightly bigger to try and fit everything better. This is embarrassing, but it just finally clicked why my kitchen isn't working. I was like, why can the workers not get back out the room? Oh, the door. I think I thought the light box at the bottom was the door this whole time. I'm so stupid. To be fair though, I've not told anyone to put in lights. They just keep doing it themselves. So that's how I never even thought about it. Now because I put in that door, someone has decided to put boxes right where I wanted to place things. I should have just left the workers in there and cooked them instead. What do you mean things need power to work? Can we not just rub 2 sticks together for the cooker? Take some water from the lake and put it in the sink, and leave the fridge outside overnight to make it cold. There, sorted. I've just put a power station right in the middle of the cell, surrounded by loads of capacitors. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It's only a few thousand volts. It'll be fine. Now I can't get the cooker to work, for fuck's sake. What is this prisoner doing in here? What do you think this is? Some kind of prison? I bet you're in here just to laugh at me. Get outside, filler scum. Guard! Oh my God, look at the outside of my prison. 7 days in, and not a single prisoner has even been let in yet. Well, there was one, but we don't talk about that. Guard! So I can't seem to get this cooker to work at all. I even tried giving the generator a switch. So you know what this cell block needs? That's right, another generator. Whoops. Good thing there's no prison in here, or there would definitely be a riot. Who said that? If we're overloaded with power, there's only one logical thing to do, and that's load up the second generator with capacitors. That should fix the problem, right? That doesn't seem to fix the problem at all. I've even tried running the fridge and cooker off as separate generators. There's only one way to fix this. Build a third generator. I've tried to make the room bigger, to give the cooker more space. I've tried selling and rebuying the cooker. I've tried moving the cooker about. I was about to give up. But wait, then I noticed it says not to build 2 generators next to each other. So if I get rid of these 2, then hopefully, this generator outside works. Of course it doesn't work. Why would I ever think it would? I've also just put in tiles to cover the patch where the generators used to be, and I've just realised they look nothing like the other floor. Well, we're 8 days in. My prison is a disaster. I have 139 prisoners waiting outside, and our cooker still doesn't work. But hey, at least I made over $1,000 in profit. Oh God, there's the disease I was talking about, and we don't have them up in a corner to stop the spreading. Well, shit. You probably had people who were in here for petty things like that guy who was serving a 1-year sentence and had 0.1 years left to serve, and he got transferred to the moon, to the most horrible prison known to man, and now he's probably dead. Well, there's only one thing left to do.
We're T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, we have to go from ready to start, 2, 1, 0, booster ignition, and liftoff of Shuttle Endeavour with NASA's final space station crew compartment that brings a bay window view to our celestial backyard.
Houston, Endeavour, roll program.
Roger, roll, Endeavour.
This is Mission Control Houston. Endeavour's roll maneuver is complete. It is now in a heads-down position on track for its flight to the International Space Station.
Ah, that's much better.